Katrina to the stage. Study mathematics. Over the past 4 years, Katrina has exemplified what it means to put care into education, and she has inspired those around her to do the same. As a class, we thank her for being an amazing role model and a great friend.
Hello everyone. I'd like to share with you a one-liner from my favorite comedian, Stephen Wright. He said, "I wish the first word I ever said was quote, so right before I die I could say unquote." When I was thinking about this joke, I realized that there's more to it than a silly one-liner. Life is a series of quotes. We're here today to celebrate our graduation from high school, the end of a quote that began in kindergarten, and the beginning of our quote as adults. Quote, "We were little kids, learning that running with scissors is not a good idea, that glue is not as tasty as it looks, and that 'you're not the boss of me' will not stop your parents from telling you what to do." Quote, "We were in middle school, dealing with the transition from child to teenager, finding our way and experimenting with who we wanted to be, sometimes in ways that did not make our parents happy. We constantly shifted identities, from Olympians on field day to hippies during 60s week to wilderness explorers at camp." Quote, "We entered high school, equally terrified and excited, confused by the idea that grades actually mattered now, with much more freedom and also much more responsibility. I would like my fellow students to take a moment and think about what made up your quote here at Souhegan. Was it exploring your passions with senior project? Was it hanging out in the info center after school was over? Was it walking past someone in a toga and not batting an eye? Was it laughing so hard you couldn't breathe? This is part of your quote, our quote, which we will carry with us always. Dressing up for Fang Fest, cheering for the Sabres, having spirited, thought-provoking discussions in class, and absolutely not eating on the carpeted areas." Now we're moving on to college, to the armed services, or to anything we choose to do. We will continue to create our own quotes with our experiences, our successes, and our setbacks. Our quotes say a lot about us as people, reflecting who we really are and what is most important in our lives. Your quote might be funny or serious, exciting or laid back. Your quote might revolve around math and science, art and music, protecting the environment, or serving others. Will your quote inspire people and make them think? Will your quote change the world? My wish for all of you is that no matter what path you take, your quote will be memorable. What Stephen Wright and I are saying is that your existence is one huge quote, and there will be quotation mark events that stand out. But the words in between are what define your life. With everything you do, every decision you make, you choose the quote that will be your legacy. This is a new beginning for us, when we have more choices than ever about what our lives will mean. So, members of the class of 2011, I have one thing to leave you with. Quote,
Katrina.